going on? My best friend here. Welcome to the start of another video, friends. I am here just to kind of kick the video off because I think I was a little bit distracted and kind of all over the place in my actual intro, and we're going to the bookstore in this video, and I'm really excited because it's been a while since I actually went to the bookstore. And I also brought a special guest, well, two special guests with me, but one that you have not seen, but this particular guest you have not seen on the channel before, so I'm really excited. Also, I just finished Sunrise on the Reaping, and my heart is just really, I'm distraught right now. And I knew that was going to happen. Every Hunger Games book, no matter which one it is always going to leave you with a little bit of sadness and questioning life, and also wondering like what's wrong with people. Because the sad thing is, I could see something like that actually happening. People are just crazy and sick. And why does it have to be kids? Like, it's so weird. Why does it have to be kids that have to pay this ultimate sacrifice? It's crazy to me. But, of course, I'm not going to go too deep into it here because I'll talk about it in another video that I am currently filming. But what I will say is, if you're a big fan of the Hunger Games and you're a big fan of Haymitch, then I think you're really going to love and enjoy this book. And I did just go ahead and put up a video actually on TikTok with my reaction to a particular part in the book. So if you're interested in seeing that, go check that out. My socials are always linked in the comments down below. But on a lighter note, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I'm so excited to take you guys book shopping with me and show you all the books that I got. I'm so excited. I got some pretty good finds, which you can probably see on the bookshelf. I'm trying to kind of hide them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Yay! This is a fun day. We're going... Well, I'm not gonna say where we're going. I'll show you where we're going. But I have my best friend here.
Hello, Internet.
It's
good to meet
Sony. Yay. She came out. Oh, my God. Flash photographer right here.
Of course.
Always with the camera out. But we're going to head out, and I'll show you guys where we're at when we get there. But I'm excited.
We're going to do cool stuff. It's going to be great.
Yay. Somehow morph this into something.
Yes.
I don't freaking know.
We can figure it out.
His best friend.
Hello, it's me. I'm best friend. Today we're going to pick out some books so that way I can tell you guys more about them. Some of my favorite ones, actually.
Oh, wait. Okay, I want some recommendations. Let's find out. Let's find out what she's got. She reads some pretty cool books. I'm not gonna lie, she's a smart person, not like me.
That's messed up. Find the one that I want, because I know which one is it. I've read them. But like...
If you know what my favorite book of 2024 last year was, comment down below. I think she'd really enjoy that book, like for real, for real.
Say it with your chest. Ooh, okay, here it is, right? Okay, so hear me out. David McCullough, 1776. David McCullough is a really renowned Pulitzer Prize known author, right, for a lot of American history stuff. If you have a particular interest in the colonial times and the times that led up to the founding of the country, read this guy. This guy's good.
All right.
Now that's the thing. I want to do funny story, happy place, or beach read.
To be honest, if I had to pick one for you, I would say funny story.
Okay, wait. Alright, so this is what I feel like I am 24/7. All the time. I hate it. I hate people. No, this is not my recommendation. No, I would read this book for sure. 100%. Where is he?
You said I have to read.
I have to read. Ooh, okay, great. So, funny enough, right? Steve Jobs. A lot of crazy things have been talked about him, right? But this is like the official biography. If you really want to read how crazy this guy was, this one. This guy's insane. I admire this guy. So, this book. Yeah, I'll give you
Today was a day, guys, and I had so much fun. Like, I truly enjoyed being able to spend time, for one, with my best friend and Anthony. My husband was with us as well, but also just doing the one thing that I love the most, which is being in the bookstore, around books, looking at books, and it was just a really great time. We, of course, like you saw, went to Barnes and Nobles. We then went to get lunch afterwards. My best friend Sony went to go do a few of her own errands, and we decided to check out a local secondhand bookstore that was near us. I was trying to find a really good, decent secondhand bookstore, but it had been really hard. It felt like there was one that we found a little while back, which was cool, and I'm sure that there was a lot of really amazing reads, but it felt really chaotic in there, and it was really hard to kind of sort through and find much of anything. But this one was so easy to navigate. There were so many reads, and I don't know, it was just a good time. So before I wrap up the video, I figured I would just go ahead and share with you the books that I actually got today. So we'll end things off with a little book haul. It is still the same day, but I came home and I immediately changed, put my hair up in a ponytail, and called it a day. So made myself a little chai tea as well because I was so tired. I don't know what happened. I think because I am very much a homebody and an introverted person, that was a lot for me because we were going like all day. So, and I also went for a run this morning. So that probably is also why I felt very tired. This is weird. I feel like my hair is doing something weird because I left it in a part here when I had the little buns. And so now I just feel like I have like this weird, like, whatever. Let's go ahead and get into the book haul. Starting with the first book, I am so excited. I turned the corner and saw these books here at the bookstore that we went to, and I only saw the second, like everything other than the first one. And I was like, oh, no, I really, really want to start collecting these books. These were one of my absolute favorite childhood books. And I told myself this year that I was actually going to start collecting them. So wild that I found this. But at first I didn't see the first book. And I was like, well, if I can't find the first book, there's no point in me starting to collect these. And so I said, I'll just wait. But like, I know I could get the box set, but these are like the original books. Like these are how they came when they first came out. These are hard covers, and this is so cool. So I got the first book of, let's see if it will focus here. Maybe. First book of the series of unfortunate events. This is Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, I should say. And I'm so excited. Count Olaf is crazy. But we run into a lot of really absolutely astronomical, like just absolute wild characters throughout this entire series. But it follows 3 orphans. And it is a wild journey. This is a very, very good book. Series in general, so I just want to have that in my collection just for when I want like a little nice easy read, or if we ever have kids in the future, it'll be nice to be able to read those to them, because my dad would read these with me. So then I got the second book. I held off on getting the rest of the series just because I felt like I was already picking up a lot of books. These were also extremely cheap. I think each one of these of the Series of Unfortunate Events series were only $3. Like, crazy. And I can see that the price tags are on the back from like the original books or the original price tags. This one was $13. This one was $12. So I got them for an amazing deal. But this is the second book in the series. I'll probably go back in the next few weeks or so, and if they have those still there, then I will pick up the next couple of books. But I'm so excited. And then this next book is actually funny because this is a book actually that Anthony's been wanting me to read, and he was actually interested in picking this book up, I think a couple months back when we were at Barnes and Nobles, but I told him let's maybe wait on purchasing it there, because I'm pretty sure we could find it on like World of Books or something for a much more affordable price. Not to say that at Barnes & Noble's it was an astronomical price, but spending $12 or $13 for the book when I know we could get it for like $4 was like, we should just look. But we never actually ended up buying it. And so this was actually the last book I picked up. And when we were in the store and he was looking at like these nonfiction books, I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if they have The 4 Agreements. This is the book that he's been telling me to read, and I'm about to start reading this. So yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Maybe they have it here. And he's like, they probably do. And I was trying to see if I could find a specific area on where it may be, and I couldn't find it. And then as soon as I was about to give up, something just told me to look down. I looked down, and you know how like when your books are on the bookshelf, they're stacked up and they're nicely like neatly propped up like this, right? Well, this one was kind of sticking out like this, and I just saw this part of the book or the cover, and I thought, oh my god, it was meant to be. And I looked at him and I was like, I'm just gonna pick it up. It was like $2 for this book, and it is in beautiful condition. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell that anyone ever owned this book. Like, this is amazing. If you've never thrifted any books, I highly recommend that you do, because if you can find a really good local like thrift bookstore, you can find some really amazing reads that look like they've never been used. I showed you before in a previous video when we went thrifting at another thrift store. It wasn't specific for books, it was like clothes and stuff. I just wanted to look around, but I actually found the entire box set of the Chronicles of Narnia, and they looked like they had never been opened. crazy. And we got those for like maybe $10. I don't even know if it was that much. So the next book that I picked up, I actually saw this literally at the corner of my eye, and I remember I had gotten into this author's books, but I wanted to pick up this book and then I never did. So I went ahead and picked it up, but this is The Villa. This one is, I believe, a thriller book, so I'm very excited to read this book. This is by Rachel Hawkins. I can't remember the name of the one book that I read by her. Is she the one that wrote The Wife Upstairs? I know there's a Frida McFadden one called The Wife Upstairs, which I did read, but there was another one before that that I read that was called The Wife Upstairs, I think. And I think it was by her. Let's see. Yeah, it was. So I read that book and I thought her writing was really incredible and I really enjoyed that book. So I'm very excited to see what this one is about. So we will see how that one goes. And then this was another book from childhood. If you've never read this book, I highly recommend that you pick it up. This is actually a really incredible book. But this one is The Book Thief. So I'm very, very excited to have this one in my collection. And it, again, is another one of those books that looks like no one has even touched the book. Like, this is incredible. The spine isn't even cracked. Like, oh, I love it. I love it. And also, weird side note, but this bookstore had like that old book smell. And that made me so happy. I cannot explain why, but it really just made me so incredibly happy. And they had so many other things there as well. They had like DVDs and vinyls and all kinds of stuff. This one is not from the thrift store. This was the one and only book that I picked up actually at Barnes and Nobles, but I decided to get myself something that was new that I've been having my eye on. There's tons of books that I would like to buy, but I decided to go with this one just because I was really excited and also very drawn to this author's writing, and the cover is gorgeous. I just couldn't pass it up. So also, it was in between this book and another book by the same author, but my best friend convinced me to get this book because I was currently reading the other book that I was going to buy. But that is none other than Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm very, very excited to actually pick up this book, but I mean, look at this cover. This cover is incredible. The back of the book is beautiful. I mean, the artwork is just absolutely incredible. And I think one of her friends created this cover as well as like the original Magnolia Parks covers, from my understanding. And then these are actually like a halo of pennies. I opened the book and I looked at the chapters and I saw like in the chapters that these are like little pennies. That's like so cool. And little details. I don't know what that's meant to mean, but I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that this is called Conditions of Will, and maybe it's not a matter of like willpower, but like an actual will. So that's why there's money around her head as like, I don't know. We'll find out. But I also like this part of the book. Like, I think for some reason this was like really entertaining for me because I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost like a hardcover with a sleeve, but like it's not. And then also I really love when books have pages like this. You're not gonna be able to see it very well, but this and then my Lemony Snickets have like these really rough pages, and I love that for some reason. That those little details just make me so happy when it comes to books. So that was the one and only like a brand new book that I bought, and I had a $5 coupon at Barnes and Nobles, which probably means I should have maybe picked up another book, but it doesn't have to be that way. But because I had that $5 coupon, I decided to go ahead and pick up this book, and I got $5 off, so even better. Instead of paying like $18, $20, I think I only paid $14, so that's nice. And then this last book is going to be Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I have pretty much every single Harry Potter book. and this is the only one that I don't really have. I've heard so many great things about this story, so many great things about the play itself. I've not read it, crazy enough, and I've not seen the play, so this will actually be exciting to get into. And yeah, I don't know. Anthony found it because at the secondhand store, they had an assortment of Harry Potter books and Harry Potter books that are in different languages and had different covers. So that was actually really exciting to see. But I figured, let me pick this one up because it was $4 and it's a hardcover, which is like phenomenal. I don't even know if they made this book in a non-hardcover format, but if you are interested in seeing what the actual book looks like without the book sleeve, this is it. Black and yellow. It matches the theme, of course. But yeah, this is so cool. I mean, obviously I know that this is not can I say not an official Harry Potter book, because this isn't necessarily a part of the series, but it's a kind of a continuation. So that's, I don't know, it's fun, it's cool. But that was everything. So these are all the books that I got, and I had such a fun time. I have not gone actual book shopping like this in a while, so that was a lot of fun. Probably won't do it again for a little while as well, but we will see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you had fun with me going book shopping, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!